Week 2 of college football. Absolute cinema. I saw so many people on Twitter talking about how this Week 2 slate was going to be horrible. Well, if you ask me, I thought it was great. So let's talk about it. This is part 1 of the college football Week 2 hot takes. Take 1. Clemson might be bad. No offense to Troy, but they do not belong on the same field as Clemson. Cade and Clemson have looked really bad through the first 2 weeks. Now give Troy a ton of credit. They have been a really good mid-major school over the last few years through multiple coaching changes. But if you're Clemson, you just can't have this happen. Keep in mind, they play Georgia Tech next week. If you're Clemson, you're supposed to compete for a national championship, and you're barely getting by a G5 school like Troy. I'm worried if I'm a Clemson fan. It's not like this team is just getting to know each other either. They're one of the few teams in the country that has their coordinators and their key pieces back. They should be clicking already. Take 2. This Baylor SMU game is early contender for game of the year. If you're a football fan, this game is what it's all about. 2 overtimes, super high scoring, and fireworks everywhere. In the preseason, I talked about how SMU's defense is really undersized. I thought that showed up here against the physical running backs and wide receivers of Baylor. The smaller SMU defenders really struggled against the running backs in particular. Baylor was also down a lot of this game. Their comeback was impressive to watch. I'm already on this train, and I tweeted it out yesterday, but at what point do we talk about Sawyer Robertson Heisman? Through 2 games, he's got 860 yards and 7 touchdowns. That's against 2 top 20 teams as well. Baylor's going to win the Big 12. I'm going to keep saying. Before I give you 2 more takes on Week 2, like this video. It tells me you like this type of content, and I should keep doing it as the year goes on. Real quick side note. Can someone go check on Akron? Through 2 weeks, this Akron football team has not scored a point. Literally 0 points back-to-back weeks. I hope they can just get a point in Week 3. Next take. Texas still looks sketchy. Let's just take a second to talk about this. I know they played San Jose State and they killed them, but I watched this entire game. And does anyone think Arch just doesn't look good throwing the ball? Things just look kind of off. It almost looks like he's a kid trying to throw the ball as hard as he possibly can whenever he throws it to a receiver. They play UTEP next week, and I plan on watching that entire game too. I just need to see if this continues, because if it does as they get into SEC play, Texas might continue to struggle. Last take. Iowa State should be the favorite by a lot to win the Big 12 now. First off, shout out to my podcast host Mark, because he called this Iowa State team being the best in the Big 12 in the preseason. I honestly did not watch a lot of this game because I just don't like watching punts, but it looked like Iowa State was pretty much in control the entire game based on the box score. With Arizona State and Kansas State losing in Week 2, Iowa State is completely in the driver's seat to win the Big 12 now. This Cyhawk game is always a big deal, so big props to them winning, and Rocco Beck looks like the second best quarterback in the Big 12 right now, behind only Robertson. Follow for part 2 of the Week 2 hot takes, and remember, I post good sports content.